guys, welcome back to my channel, JazzedTutorials, and this week we're doing a text effect. Yes, indeed. It's going to be a fun one, I think, but however, I've realized it's sadly only going to be helpful to those that have Photoshop CC, which is the newest platform that Photoshop is offering. I mean, if you have version CS6 or below, I have a method for that. It's a bit more challenging, but I'll explain when I do that step as to how you could do it that way in other versions. Well, let's just get started. So first we're going to create our text. I have done so, however my fill is set to 0 because we're going to be doing something that needs to be set to fill. So any color font is fine. Arial font is what I'm using because it works best for this. Well, Arial black I should say, excuse me. Arial black. And any color font is fine, like I said, because we're going to just get rid of that anyway. So go ahead now and set your layers fill to 0 once you've made that. And we're going to add a couple of effects onto this. We're going to start with Bevel and Emboss settings. I have an inner bevel style, a chisel soft technique, and a depth of 200%. My direction is up, my size is 10, my soften is 5. I do have global light checked off for this just because it seems necessary to me. It makes it look good, so we're going to go with that. 162-degree angle and a 42-degree altitude. This is your gloss contour here. It is rolling slopes descending. That is a standard in Photoshop. If it's not in your preset, again, load your presets. It's there, I promise you that. Your highlight mode should be set to white. Normal is your blend mode and 100% opacity. Shadow mode is black set to normal with a 20% opacity. And that's that. Last but not least, we're adding an outer glow. I'm choosing black as my color. Blend mode set to normal. Opacity is 30%. And we have a spread of 5 and a size of 15. Okay, we're going to click OK, and you will see something that looks kind of like that. It should be similar to that, okay? And obviously, if you have a white background, it will look like that. If you're not using a white background, it will, let me just show you briefly what will happen. So if you're not using a white background, it's going to just morph into whatever color background you have. So I would suggest using a white background so you get that white color. Of course, you could probably use other methods to make it that color if you have a different color background, but for this effect, I thought white was a perfect choice for this background. Alright, so as the title states, it's basically a landscape text effect. I didn't know what to call it other than that, but we're going to be adding trees inside of each letter. So, I have done already all but one. I wanted to save the last one to show you guys how I'm doing this. You guys probably can figure it out. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is only available in CC is because the trees are a preset filter in CC. I recently figured that out by accident. I didn't know that was a thing. I was messing around on my filters, playing around, trying to figure out how to make a cool text effect of some sort to give you guys a tutorial, and I came across these trees and was like, oh my gosh, let me see what I can do with these. And boom! So, yeah. So how I did this was I had to make a new layer. I'm going to make a new layer now above my other layer. So on your new layer, go to Filter, and these will be under Render, Render here. It'll say Tree, and it gives you options for different trees to pick from under the base tree type. So for the last one, I'm going to use, I already used a maple tree. Let's use a redwood. Now, at this point, you can alter the settings of your leaves and trees. I'm leaving it with default settings here. You could click randomize and it will give you different effects, but I didn't like that particularly, so I just left it as it was, came preset, so that's what I'm doing there. Now it's going to be a large type of tree. It comes a preset size, so you're going to have to resize this obviously to suit the size of your text. Let's do that. Control T and resize. And I want to get the tree stump right at the base of my letter. So that's about, wait a minute. I'm going to go there, alright. I think I need to make mine a little smaller. So we're going to go about that. And it doesn't matter what size you use because when you zoom in, it'll still look pretty high quality and pretty good, okay? So once you have your tree set in place where you would like it, we're going to then go down to our text layer. We're going to control or command click on the thumbnail. Make that, oops, wait a minute. I did not do that properly. Okay, so you want to have a marquee around that there. And then on the layer that you've just created with the tree, you're going to go ahead and mask that out by hitting this mask tool button right here. And then boom, your tree is right in there. Oh my god, so simple. Now, for those of you that do not have CC, you can do the same thing. The only difference is you will have to go through Google or another search engine and search for types of trees that are transparent, or grab trees and then erase the background and then do it the same method, but just you're going to have your layers as a picture, not as a filter like I have. So that is a little bit challenging, but again, it will work. So just go to Google, type in whatever tree you're looking for. Like if you're looking for a cherry tree, type in cherry tree PSD or cherry tree transparent, and it will give you a bunch of options. Save that file, open that file in Photoshop, paste it as a new layer, and do the same exact thing by masking out that layer the same method. Alright? Now, I wanted to give this more depth because I figured leaving it right here would just look kind of weird. So I went ahead and did below everything. I wanted to give it like a dirt ground feeling to make it look as though the trees are growing through the dirt into the trees. So below every layer, below all my layers, but above my background layer, by the way, I'm going to grab a brush tool. And the one I'm using here is this one here. It's a preset. It is called Rough Round Bristle. And I'm selecting a dark brown color that looks dirt-like. And this was what okay, my computer can stop being weird for 1 second. Alright. That is the color I chose for my dirt, although I'm not sure if that's really dirt-like, but it was just what I selected randomly. And I'm going to make a line along the edge here. And it's okay if the brown dirt shows through my text. That's totally fine. That makes them look more natural and whatever. And then I took an eraser brush and erased the edges of that just down below here so it blends in more nicely with my background. And that essentially is my landscape tree text effect. So yeah, it's pretty cool. If you are looking to make a logo for somebody in a business that's landscaping, this would be pretty awesome to do for their logo, like, you know, using this type of method. I mean, I don't know, but I think it looks really neat. Just my opinion. So now if we zoom in, this is at 100% zoomed in, by the way, guys. You'll notice how the trees are very high quality, even though we resized them. They're not at all pixelated or anything. So it's really nifty and really cool. I kind of like it. You could, actually, you know, I could just erase this part right here because it's not really needed, kind of, on the edge here. I mean, I could leave it. You know what? I'm going to leave it. Never mind. It actually gives it more depth, so we're going to leave that. So never mind. Scratch that idea. So there you go. That's my lovely tree landscape text effect. That's going to be the title, obviously. You'll see that already. But yeah, I hope you guys like this. It was simple, kind of basic, I guess, and whatever. But if you guys have any questions, suggestions, or whatever for this channel, as always, comment below. Feel free to email me with any questions or anything else you want to talk to me about besides commenting and whatnot. And I will surely get back to you in a nice, timely fashion. So thanks. As always, thanks for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. I love new people, and I love creating art for you guys, so that is that. And you guys have an awesome and fantastic day. Bye.